Spent too many miles just running my own way, chasing empty dreams that never learned to stay. I wore my pain like a coat I couldn't shed, kept every broken promise buried in my head. I knew about the Savior, but I wouldn't call his name. I blame the world around me for every bit of shame. And somewhere in the silence, when I had nowhere to hide, I heard a quiet whisper saying, "Son, I'm by your side." I thought I'd gone too far, I thought I'd crossed the line, but grace was waiting for me at the end of my pride. I was far from God, but he wasn't far from me. I was lost in the darkness, but he could still see. I ran from his mercy, I buried my shame, but Jesus came looking and called me by name. Now I'm standing on grace, where my whole life used to be. I was far from God, but he never left me. I walked the lonely roads with a storm inside my chest, trying to prove to everybody I could handle all the rest. But every hard night showed me I was weaker than I knew, and every door I slammed still couldn't keep him out from view. I had scars from the battles, had regrets I couldn't erase, but I found out redemption doesn't depend on my mistakes. When I finally hit my knees beneath that midnight sky, I gave him all my failures and watched the old man die. I thought I was forgotten, thought heaven closed the door, but mercy met this wanderer on that old dirt floor. I was far from God, but he wasn't far from me. I was lost in the darkness, but he could still see. I ran from his mercy, I buried my shame, but Jesus came looking and called me by name. Now I'm standing on grace, where my whole life used to be. I was far from God, but he never left me. If you're somewhere out there with a heart like mine, thinking you're too broken to ever see the light, you don't have to clean up before you come home. The Father is still waiting, and you don't have to walk alone. Now I wake up every morning with a reason to believe there's a freedom and surrender that I never knew I'd see. I ain't claiming I'm perfect, I still got roads to mend, but I know the hand of Jesus is the hand that won't let go again. The man I used to be is fading in the rearview glass, and the cross reminds me every day that grace can change the past. So if you see me riding with a peace I can't explain, it's because the one I ran from came and broke away my chains. I was far from God, but he wasn't far from me. I was lost in the darkness, but his light found me. I ran from his mercy, but mercy called my name. Jesus met this outlaw and turned my heart again. Now I'm standing on grace, and I'm finally free. I was far from God, but he never left me. No, he never left me. No, he was right there all along, waiting for this wandering heart to finally make it home. I was far from God, I was far from God, but he was never far, but he was never far. I was lost on the road, but he knew where I was. Now I don't ride alone, I've got grace by my side. Jesus found this homeless, broken man and gave him new life. I was far from God. was far from God.